I'll take that as a yes. Thanks, Caitlin, and thanks to Farm Bureau for giving me this opportunity to speak tonight about the funding and technical assistance programs that are offered through the Division of Ag Conservation and Technical Assistance, which is one of the 5 divisions within the Department of Ag Resources. The goal of the division is to advance the state's goals around agricultural land protection, but it's also responsible for helping farmers with the stewardship of their agricultural lands through a number of grant programs, and that's where we're going to focus our attention tonight. So 20 years ago in the department, really the largest funding program would have been the APR program. And since that time, our funding programs have grown significantly to the point where today we have about 15 programs that we operate. And so if we look at these images here, they kind of give you an idea of the focus areas of each of our programs. So the APR program is one of our larger funding programs. It helps us with agricultural land protection. I'm not going to get into that tonight. That in and of itself would be a webinar alone. But we do have a stewardship assistance and restoration for APR grant program that I am going to talk about. We have a number of programs that fall under the general umbrella of viability programs. These are the Farm Viability Enhancement Program, the APR Improvement Program, and the Matching Enterprise Grants for Agriculture. We'll get into them in a minute. They all operate with a similar model, but with some important differences. And then an area that we're not going to talk about tonight, but that is also considered to be part of our viability programs, is the agricultural business planning courses that we offer, which is the Exploring Small Farm Dream course and the Tilling the Soil course. The state, of course, for the last at least a decade has had some really ambitious renewable energy and energy efficiency goals, and agriculture and farmland in particular has been a focus of those energy goals. And we have a number of energy grant programs. We've got what we consider to be an Ag Energy Special Grant program, and we also have a more conventional energy grant program. I'm going to talk about them, but you should also know that there is a farm energy discount program that provides for a 10% discount on natural gas and electricity. And then there's also the Mass Farm Energy program, which helps farmers with audits and technical assistance. So the next area would be environmental protection. So 20 years ago, the state introduced the Agricultural Environmental Enhancement Program. This is a program that really started out as a fencing program. It arose out of what was a major piece of legislation at the time called the Rivers Protection Act. And the Ag Environmental Enhancement Program, or AEP, was launched as a fencing program. It's grown significantly in terms of its scope since that time. We'll talk about that. A new program introduced last year to address climate change resiliency is the ACRE program, or Agricultural Climate Resiliency and Efficiencies Program. This is currently open and accepting applications. And then a brand new program that I'm really excited about is our Agricultural Composting Improvement Program. We just launched that last week. One of the Division of Agricultural Conservation and Technical Assistance largely provides funding and technical assistance, but we also have a number of regulatory functions. One regulatory function is with the APR program because it's a regulatory program. But the other regulation that we're responsible for is agricultural composting. And so this is the first time we've been able to introduce a funding option dedicated to agricultural composters to help with that, what can be a challenging enterprise. Food safety. Food safety has become a major focus area the last few years. We have an agricultural food safety improvement program that I'm going to talk about. And then I'll touch on This is a program called the Rollover Protective Structures Program, which is intended to keep farmers safe, and I'll get into that. And then we also have some focus areas around urban agriculture and food systems. So we have a grant that's intended for urban areas, and then we also have a food ventures grant that's intended to advance the goals of the food systems planning efforts that the state went through for probably about 3 years ago. It really helps support the agricultural infrastructure network